Hey Stampin' Friends, Darling with Darling Stamps. So this was a kit that some would have passed up or suspended and not gotten because it's kind of like these hearts and they're for Valentine's, and so it just didn't really look appealing. But I want to take some of this, I want to show you kind of some ideas. And with a lot of the kits, it'll come with an add-on. So you can actually get this add-on kit to make these cute little boxes and they'll all match. So anyhow, in my scenario, I did not get that. But what I want to show you is I took the elements, obviously, with this great kit and made this fold that we're going to make today. So it opens this way and then it opens up this way. So I'm going to be right back and I'm going to show you how simple, but really how much this thing pops. Be right back. So you can see I have a lot of different pieces here because I cut up, chopped up, and took the hearts that come in the kit and disassembled them. And so I got a little pile of those. I have a little pile of extras. And then I have taken, so let me just show you right quick. So with the hearts, all I did was line up where, see if I can show a little bit. Yeah. So just where the heart tip comes together is I want to get there and get that cut off. So that's where I get my little scrap pieces. Okay. And I saved those. Then I went to getting that flat. This is how you're able to kind of maximize the, well, now I just confused myself. Okay. All right. So in this scenario, I wanted to get as much as I could out of the card. So trying to get it flat to flat, right? So if I had the flat, it cuts off this end. But then by making that flat, it gives me, oh, let me do this side. Gotta make sure I don't confuse myself. And there. All right, so now I just have my end, but now I'm able to get my flat side to sit flush against there. And then that's how I get my round end. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you, and I can use that for an extra layer piece. With envelopes, and I'm going to have to just kind of slide this off because I need to fit it inside here. But when you're cutting up your envelopes, because this inside is gorgeous, so I just sliver off a little bit of that envelope because it'll open up. Sliver it off here. I'm using my itty bitty cutter from Stampin' Up! That I don't know, I don't think they're still open. Anyhow, then that opens up the envelope. And then what I did was take all of my little pieces and make those up. But I want to show you that. So taking this inside of the envelope, what I did for simple is I took February of last year, and it was beautiful little gold doilies. So Flirty Flamingo is the color of the theme for this kit. So that's the Flirty Flamingo. That's just my layer from the envelope. And then take that gold on there and the little XO that came from one of the hearts, and boom, that's one of my alternate. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, so moving right along. All right, I'll kind of do it piece by piece to save some time. So my favorite, I would say my absolute favorite die is the Stitched So Sweetly. It is multi-facet. So whenever I'm cutting out, I need to have, in this case, I needed this size, which is like the third one in. Anyhow, whenever I'm going to cut something out, I will make a plethora of them. So you can see I have 4. Just if you're going to run that thing through, you might as well make it work. Make it worth your effort, right? All right, and then I have balloons, of course, from my layers. So I'll keep those in. I'm positioning this for my area. Okay, so let me show you. You're going to need 3 of the 4 by 5 1/4 ivory for our insert. So you need 3 of these. And then this, of course, came with our layer. And then let me start with, okay, so you're going to take an 8.5 by 11, and you're going to score it like you would cut for your either 5.5 by 4.25. You're going to score it so you have exactly 4 sides. Okay, that's first off. So here is our score. Okay, so I scored 1, 2. So you score down, and then this one gets cut. So while it's already in the scoring, keep it there, and then bring your cutter down and then cut it right there. I want to show you, my blade got kind of nasty, but let me show you a little trick. So if you take this to emery board, this lives on my desk, and you can actually get a kind of sanding it basically, and you're getting all the little flakes off, and it saves your paper, because some of us just say, well, man, my blade got ruined and now it is ruining my whole project. But it saves the day, and there it is, nice and clean. Okay, all right, so now we have this one. Now you're going to basically fold. Okay, you're going to fold it, all right, and you're going to run it through the Big Shot, but make sure, I didn't glue it at the time, but that's fine. I just glued, I will glue this down, oops, this side. I will glue this down, and I got to get this all trimmed off, because somehow when it's thinner on the envelopes, they don't cut as friendly. So I'm going to get that edge cleaned up before I glue it down. So I'm going to take this. I take the second to the biggest one of this, and that gets die cut through, right? So then that's going to give me these 2 pieces. Keep those aside, because we'll get to those in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm assembling, but I got things kind of cut out because, you know, what I find sometimes is that when I'm doing a project, it is very interesting when, oh, I have to tell you this real quick. This is actually the one of my customers sent me one of the paper pumpkin envelopes, and I'm just reusing it. So I thought you might appreciate the usage and having the avenues that keep everything in check with saving and repurposing, right? Okay, so now we have our inside. Voila. Okay, now I did something different. So I have this one that opens down, right? So I am, because when I open it or put it down on the table, it gets funky. So I want to do it so it opens this way. All right, so however you fold it, however you want to do it, it is your card. Okay, so now we're going to assemble. So we want to get our pieces and get those down. So you get your ivories. Oops, that's not going to sit right if I have goobers on it. All right, this is, you may have seen me use this. It's just like tumble glue. It's called Art Glitter Glue. There's not one stitch of glitter in it. Oh, by the way, this is Pool Party. There's not one stitch of glitter in it, but it's called Art Glitter Glue. And it is very, I would say almost identical to tumble glue. Whew, that was a quick one. I almost burnt the banana bread. Anyhow, so you have, when you open it up, so you have your top and your bottom. Close that. And now we're going to put that third one on this inside. So, you know, I was looking at the Flirty Flamingo, which is the color for the month. And I have a little color sample thing of what colors really look good with it. So this one was Pool Party, which I'm not using any of the Flirty Flamingo, but it just kind of looks good. Okay, so now we have everything down. We want to position and make sure that all of our creases, let me get my bone folder here, because we want to make sure it lays really flat. Open that up. And this one is the big kicker. Gotta make sure that one is done. Okay, so now we have our pieces. Boom, boom, boom. This is the pieces I cut out. So those are my extras for layers. That'll be later. Okay, so now we're gonna take, oh, sugars. I forgot. Oh, bears. So there has to be one of the, you have to take this inside one that's going to fold down, and you have to kind of do the miter cut. So you're just going to shave just ever so slightly from one end and end up right in that corner. I forgot about that because when you come down, it has to close. Tip of the day. All right, so we did that miter cut, and so now we're going to build. So remember, these are our pieces from our cutout, right? Just kind of using that, and I want to get this piece to lay in. But before I do that, I want to get these extra little bottoms of my hearts because that kind of gives me my edge. So we are going to just put these down because it's kind of building, right? This might take a little bit more postage, just heads up on that. And it's nice. The ivory, you know, I think I sometimes get stuck in a rut where I use white so much that I don't use the ivory as much. So it was really nice to be able to use that. So now we need our little piece, our little layer piece. That's nice. It's real nice because it's stitched so sweetly. Is not only this wonderful little ruffle, but it's stitched. So it's very, very nice. All right, so that, oops, make sure I'm in. Perfect. So I just kind of look at that and make sure that it looks like it's all one piece until it opens, right? Ta-da! Okay, so now we have that. Trash. And we want to get our little saying stamped, and I am going to be using the Beautiful You. And I like the life looks beautiful on you. And actually the inside, that's my inside. I need the birthday one. Birthday. Happy birthday, gorgeous. And we should, sometimes on my clings, I have added the word on the inside, but some of the newer ones are really, really, really sticky. So I am going to carry the theme with my color. So I'm going to stay with the pool party. I'm done with this actually. And I'm going to get that stamped down because once this is down, you want to be able to use a flat surface in order to get your stamping done. Because if I put this on, it is not going to work. All right. And I want to put a little bit of it off in this corner because I'm going to add balloons. Okay. And I'll wash them in just a bit. So I got that. I probably should keep it open because I'm going to use it, but I tend to put my hand in stuff. So now there is supplies that I'm trying to use up, and I had little doilies that I've had forever in a day, and I kind of wanted some dimension. So we're going to put a little bit of, on these little solid parts, it's a little dab of glue. So that stays in place, and one in the middle. Okay. And then that's going to go right in there. Really nice because it gives it bounces off of that blue, that color, but it also blends in with the ivory. So we got that. We're building, and now we're going to put this little guy right in the middle, and we should be able to put our balloons intact. I have one already there, and then I'll put two. So that'll go right there. Glue. This is buying it in the bulk really is cost effective. So I try to do that as often as I can. But here is the kicker. May is where I get that. May made it. She sells it. And part of my plan is that I try to stock up on it in the sorry, this has to go down first. It has to go down like in the spring, summer, because it doesn't travel very well. So yeah, you try to, If you need it, if you order it now, it won't be able to be shipped out because the cold weather affects it, I guess. And we'll do some little sequences here in a minute. So let me finish on my little building here. All right, so we have this one done. Now I'm going to flip this up and start to assemble here. So on this side, because our top side, see, I've already built this and it has a sticky, so I'm not going to be stamping on here, but I am going to take this piece that came from the negative here, part of my address, and I'm going to use this, and that's going to go right in here. So we're doing the birthday theme. We're just going to use, and I cut these out from my other projects, but I had done a little of the embossing on my balloons. So thought that would be kind of cute. Okay. And I wanted to do a little bit of bling on the inside. So I'm going to use, these used to be the old, how the stamps were sold because of the blocks with Stampin' Up! And I had kept some of them throughout the years. So this is like my little stash of glitter. So since gold is our theme, I'm going to use the little Christmas, yeah, it has a name, with the holly and the bow. I really like the bow. I would say I use that bow at least once a week when I'm here. I have not been in my craft room, I would say. I'm going to make a confession to you. In about 2 weeks, with work and the cold weather and just being off in my system, I have not been playing. So anyhow, see how that came out. I'm gonna add that glue in there and that gold. Sorry, the gold. Okay. So now, sticking with the beautiful you, I have obviously the Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and I have Live with Passion, Laugh Out Loud, and Love Deeply. So I'm going to put this right smack in the middle. Now, I am taking a chance. Let me just say, I've already glued this down. Normally, I will stamp these before I put it down in case I boo-boo. But I'm feeling pretty confident, so we'll do that. And then this is a stamp block that I got from Michael's. And do you see how it has the lines in it? If you have a stamp cling that does not have the words, you can't see whether you are going to be lined up or not before it goes down on a card. This is really a nice block. I know the blocks we have are they have a nice, they're better than most because they have the little edge. It allows you to put your fingers in there and hold it real good. But this one's good for the lines. So we're going to put that right in the middle. Woo! And I made it out good. That was okay. We'll wash that in a bit. All right. And basically, we are done. So we have our outside little window. This opens up, this comes up, and now we have both sides. And it's going to sit better. Still, this will kind of stay out, but at least this will open here, whereas this one, see, this will stay open, but when you do this one tries to open. And I guess if you had it one way or the other, anyhow, you choose. And then let me show you what I'm doing a little different is that there was so much of the background with the envelopes. I had a lot, and I'm going to make a pact. So maybe you can play along with me, but I am going to try to make one sample or one design, very simple, and then make a bunch of them. So I want to show you, I just used, of course, inside of the envelope, used my gold, and I just cut that out, did some layers. So the pool party, which looks good with the flirty flamingo. So I have my layers. Layers makes everything pop a lot more. So I have my little layer in there. And then my tailor punch lives on my desk because I can pop out the under layer of cards. So these two layers here came from this layer. Anyhow, so you have some ivory leaves. This was the old one I got from Martha Stewart. So there's this one, and of course our sprig. And so that's a really nice, just a overall. Anyhow, so there's this design, right? But then that's congratulations. And then this was birthday with the pool party ribbon. And I used all those balloons. And then this one is the same, but I needed some sympathy cards. But again, one design, very, very simple. And I'm going to be able to use up my supplies and not have these. I wanted to give a little bit more intro. So the February one I just got, and we are at the end of February, so I will work on getting those alternates. But just wanted to give you some tips and show you a design that would work for you. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope to talk to you soon, because in talking with you, I share what I love, and I love what I share. And I think that's a motto, or I love, anyhow, doesn't matter. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.